All right, welcome everyone to the comic panel. I'm Cody.
I'm Talon.
And I'm Jacob.
For those of you who are listening for the first time, we are a bi-weekly radio show podcast comic book club covering any and everything regarding comics and manga. We have each co-host pick a book that follows a specific theme and review a book for every episode. Then we wrap up the theme with a retrospective episode covering our opinions and favorite moments from each of the books. This is our final book in our latest theme, Cults. Today, we are reviewing Luna, written and drawn by Maria Llovet. And so, this book is about Teresa, who is a young woman plagued by prophetic dreams that connect her to something powerful, something divine. She finds herself among the company of the Family of the Sun, a cult formed around Richard, a troubled man who inducts his members by using his blood to get them addicted to him. Her time at this cult brings her to the truth of herself and the entity behind her dreams. So, Jake, you chose this book.
I did.
Yeah, what was your thinking behind that?
I had just seen some recommendations online that this was about a cult and that people had liked it, especially the art. Mm-hmm. It wasn't my first choice, I will say. I was more interested in I said I was more interested. Now I'm blanking on the name, but it was basically like a illustrated history about cults in the United States.
Oh,
okay.
But you went.
I was a lot more interested in that, but I couldn't find it listed anywhere. So,
I see. Yeah. Troublesome when doing a comic book club.
Yes.
You must be in print digitally in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, cool. Thanks for giving us that insight. So now that we have the premise and why Jake picked it, let's just dive into how we felt about the book. I will say, like, kind of my first, like, immediate reaction to it was it, like, ramped up so fast. Like,
yeah,
it just felt so short, you know? Even though it was multiple issues long.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, I feel like I spent no time with these characters.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's...
I guess you could say it doesn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would agree that, we don't really get to know these characters all that much.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was more distracted by how I would not want to be in that situation at all.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, it was just like rituals and a lot of sex was just like...
Yeah. No, it's definitely... It was the most compelling part for me was kind of the, like, sad situations that these characters were in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was like... Yeah, I wish that we got to spend a little bit more time with that because between, like... I think that what we were supposed to understand about Donna was that she, like, got pregnant and then either her mom forced her to have an abortion or forced her to, like, give it up for adoption or something. But, like, basically she couldn't keep the baby and wanted to keep the baby. And then... who was it? Anita was, she was, like, on the run from her, from, like, probably an abusive father, in some way. It seemed like he was violent and trying to track her down.
I see.
And then
Is Donna the woman that Teresa met up with in the beginning?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mhm. Yeah. And then I don't know, the twins don't get nearly as much
Yeah.
development either. It's one of them is very jealous, but also not just jealous, but kind of maybe pragmatic in her addiction to Richard/Lux's blood.
Right, Lux. I forgot his name.
Yeah. He has a special cult leader name, which is Lux.
And Richard is not what he wants to go by. He
Yes.
made that very clear.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, no. I can't remember both of the twins' names right now, but one of them is, very much like, we can't add Teresa to our family because you don't have enough blood to give all of us without us facing withdrawals, because they are literally addicted to his blood.
What a bizarre logistical concern in the middle of this.
Yeah, it is. And
There's only one of you. It's not like we can make a clone.
yeah, and then Richard or Lux, he is also just a terrible person, as cult leaders often are. And it's
Implied to have founded this cult as an escape from some crime in the past.
That would have gotten him 20 years in prison.
All but shown to have murdered their supply driver because it seems like Anita, I think it was Anita, might have been ready to run away with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the supply driver. Joe.
Yeah.
Yep. So Joe and Anita were offed.
Yeah. And then after that, one of the twins tries to be all like, we'll call the cops on you, and then that
doesn't go over well.
Yeah. Yeah, though. So yeah, I just wish, I guess, that more of the characters got explored. By the third, fourth, fifth issue, it's really started to get into the mythological divination stuff, it seemed like, and less with the human characters. It was it felt very much like a grim fairy tale, or like a myth, she had to eat the poisonous berries in order to free herself and everybody else. And then but then she gets revived by the sun god and becomes the moon goddess.
That's a grim story.
Or
are you talking about this?
I'm talking about this, yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm just saying that it has very myth-like elements,
Okay, I forgot he was associated with the sun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the most on the nose or evident, because he has kind of greenish skin and darker tones to his design. But yeah, he's basically the sun god. He kind of bucks the designation of a god, but yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, so basically this sun god is chained up in a cave that the children of the sun are is a sacred site that you're not supposed to go into, and that's how Richard was able to make his blood addictive, and in an effort to try to make himself immortal, was basically using the blood and the eye of this sun god.
Yep. Yeah. And he infused it with himself.
Yeah.
And confusing
procedure.
Which, to me, it just seems like it's it's a bit much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Like,
definitely.
it can't just be a cult with drugs. It has to also be magic.
Mm-hmm.
Except it's not just magic, it's also alchemy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's strange, and it does feel like there's a lot of like ideas that are just kind of thrown at the wall
Mm.
in some ways, you know. It's like, because I mean, it's very like vampires too.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe
Yeah.
they are vampires, but so like they didn't spend a lot of time on this, but at a certain point, I guess when they become hungry enough or deprived of blood long enough, the cult followers like start growing teeth,
Right.
very
Yeah.
sharp teeth.
Which, I mean, if you wanted to like keep like going on the vampire train with that, there's like some interesting things, like vampires can't be out in the sun, you know, and
Yeah.
but they didn't. I don't know. Maybe this series wasn't selling well enough, you know, and so they just were like, okay, we're wrapping it up, we're ending the story, and there's more plans. I don't know.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, I feel like they're. If it was maybe a little bit more evenly paced, there's some interesting ideas here. But it just said, okay, we only have 5 issues, and I want to get all these ideas out.
Yeah. Yeah.
As fast as possible. So, yeah, that's kind of, yeah, I agree with you, Jake. It's a lot.
And I wish, and this is more for our post-mortem, I wish there was more like the cults, when you get there, it was all a lie. There was no magic.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I can see that. It's kind of, because on the one hand, it's like, yeah, generally that's how all cults are. But then, it's nice, though, that in this one, it's like, yeah, there is magic, but also at the same time, he's still scamming them. Like, that is the twins, I guess, is that they have a rich father who is, paying for the expenses of the cult, basically. And so, like, basically, yeah, the Lux is financially manipulating them. And so, yeah, it's... I said it in other episodes, cults are always a scam, you know? And so even with magic, it's still a scam.
What's interesting is that they're just like in a shack. Like, what do you need money for?
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere.
I mean, well, it's not like the dad is in the cult, so maybe it's like you can only get so much from him. Like, he's not gonna like set him up in a mansion or something. You know?
Oh, gotcha. Oh, he would have wanted to be in a mansion?
Yeah.
Hey, give me enough money. I'll build it right here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you just got to be close to the cave.
Yeah, right. And if we didn't mention it before, the sun god is trapped in a cave.
Yeah, chained up inside the cave. Yep.
Which seems like kind of odd to be like, because I don't feel like he was. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but just the way that he was portrayed, he was never seen as like on the same plane of existence. Like he was in another dimension, like dream world kind of thing,
right?
At the whole time.
No, it was more because he was physically in the cave, and that's evidenced by at the end. I don't know. I'm pretty sure at the end they run to the cave to get, because they smell the blood of the god, and it's like, oh, I don't need you anymore, Lux.
Yeah. Like I knew he was in the cave.
Yeah.
But it never felt like he was physically there.
Yeah, because I mean, most of the times that Teresa and the god interact is when Teresa's on like a it's a hallucinogenic trip, except for it's not hallucinating because it's actually happening. But
It's like it's a prophetic dream, I guess.
yeah. It's but essentially, just a dream, a meeting between them, and so that's the main times that they're interacting. And so it does feel like this ethereal kind of ness, because we don't really see him in the cave except for at the very end. And then at the very end anyway, he breaks his shackles because it's like, again, it's very mythic that, like, he breaks the shackles and frees himself when he needs to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way that he tried to explain that, I did not understand. Because, like, it was a punishment for him to be trapped there. But specifically, the punishment was that he felt like he could only free himself if he needed to. Like, he was needed. But then he says something to the effect of, like, but when would I have ever been needed? Something like that. Like,
yeah.
And so I was like, I don't understand.
Yeah. It definitely, and that's kind of another thing that bothered me a little bit, was it didn't feel like the mythic stuff was too terribly thought out either. It was like, oh yeah, I recognize this, like, slightly from other things, but it doesn't feel like it's cohesive in a way where it's like, oh yeah, this, like, feels like it's building a mythology,
Right.
It's just like, yeah, we took some things from other things,
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, for a short story, I don't think you can necessarily do much.
Yeah.
But I agree that, at least to me, how it came off was like, I am not following the story very well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't exactly know what's happening. Now, that could have been because I was fasting that week, and so I was like, didn't have the best nutrients in my body. But
yeah. Fair. But, no, I think, though, it was kind of difficult for me to follow, and this kind of relates to the art, but there was a point where I really had to back up pretty far into the book because with the twin characters, they were wearing, like, the same outfit and looked like identical twins.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically around the time that one of them gets, like, jealous, I'm like, well, who's this lady? I'm like, I don't recognize you. And then but then, I match up the names that they're saying to each other, and I'm like, oh, so you are the twin. You just suddenly look very different and are not wearing the same clothes.
It's because she was inside instead of standing outside.
Yeah, I guess. I just, like, they look much more like fraternal twins after that. I was like, that was weird.
Mm-hmm.
And very confusing and made it, hard to follow.
Yeah.
Was there, did we want to have any more story thoughts or move on to the art?
I don't know if this is, I guess this is kind of related to the art, but fair warning, a lot of sexually explicit images in this comic.
Yeah, definitely. That is part of it. And drug use as well, if you're sensitive to that. And violence also.
Yep.
I will say one part that did make me really laugh was the part where she was on the bed and Lux is like, I have something special for you. And she's just like, weed? It's just... it was very funny to me.
Gotcha. It's like the most normal thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the most grounded.
Yeah. It really was, because, but
hey, we don't know what they were smoking by that campfire. There's a sequence where they were all by a campfire, and it was very wee.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah, for the artwork though, I did really like the art. It's kind of a pen and ink digital style, and very vibrant colors. I felt like the shading and coloring were very additive to like how the characters were feeling. It just like it did interesting things with the lighting, and instead of just like being like flat lighting that just is like, yes, this is how they look under sunlight and under moonlight, It's like there was like different kinds of shades going on for different things, just like very like striking.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I liked the art. I think it was probably the best part of the book. That said, that's not a super high bar to clear.
Yeah, I didn't really take note of the art other than the general feeling of like not my cup of tea. But looking at it now, if I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I like what she's doing with their hair. It's very, very wavy.
It's true. Yeah, that's good flag on that. Yeah.
Ooh, I did. Okay. I just realized, going back to the story.
That's okay.
Because I just realized, so the synopsis says she was plagued by prophetic dreams. And I felt like that wasn't communicated very well. Particularly I don't know, like, I'm recognizing now it's like, well, she has prophetic dreams like throughout the thing, but then I feel like if you're saying plagued, like I would have expected more of her being troubled by them. And it didn't really get into that.
No. Yeah, she's just like, I want to know what these mean, and and they're not even very like, or it's not clear how, like, you'd think that with prophetic dreams they wouldn't need to be so interpreted, but there's like a part where she's drawing like a lion or something eating the sun, and it's like, okay, so the obviously the blood of the sun god, but is the lion Lux? Why is he the lion? Because he's the leader, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Because he's lying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but then I think also too, to say that they are prophetic, I think is also confusing, because I don't see. It's not like they're saying this is the future. It's just kind of like I am tapping into some other imagery, like in my dreams some imagery is coming up and I don't know what that imagery means, as opposed to saying something like this is coming, and being vague in what that means,
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm glad that you brought that up, just because also I kind of skimmed the summary, to be fair, but when I like first skimmed it and then I was thinking about what this book could possibly be like, I really thought that there was going to be an element where the cult takes advantage of the prophetic dreams. It's like, I was not expecting this weird vampire magic alchemy angle. And so I was like, oh, okay, so they're going to be a normal cult, kind of like Jake said, but then they're going to be confronted with this actual magical being.
Ooh.
But, the cult leader sees it as, an angle, a way to keep taking advantage of people even more, including the person with the prophetic dreams.
Yeah. That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
I like it.
But, it did not go that way. And so, Yeah. Also, I was wondering if you guys would mind if I read a review of this book that I kind of liked, and I was thinking of reading it. This was on League of Comic Book Geeks.
All right.
It says, Luna is such a weird book, a mix of hippie culture, blood cults, and fairy tale-esque elements that somewhat work together to create this acid trip of a story. This is definitely not for everyone, as the story on the surface is very bare bones, but peels itself to the reader layer by layer to create this weird tale of belonging and love. The art is breathtaking, with eye-popping colors and incredible layouts. I absolutely loved the use of art around the panels to give it this fairy tale and magical vibes. For the better or for the worse, Llovet doesn't ever stop the story to let the reader know what is going on, making it all seem like a fast-paced fever dream, full of spectacular splash pages and intimate sex scenes, which might be too much to some, but I found them beautifully captured. I was surprised to learn this originally was released in single issues, which I just can't imagine was a good read, as it seems perfect for the trade format. First book I read from Llovet, and I am really impressed by her great use of the comic medium to create these grand stories that feel so personal and intimate. Yeah,
That's a pretty good review.
I know. I was pretty impressed by it, even though it was dissenting from my overall feelings about it. I was like, hey, this is good. This is well written.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think I like it, and I wanted to read it on air because I felt like it touched on some of the things that we were touching on, while also, having some of that, like, certain things that were contrary to what we were saying, but I can also imagine it probably would be weird to read this in single issues.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's interesting to me that this reviewer is so like, yes, this is a great use of the comic medium, because I will say we've read some books that just generally in the past that have felt very like stilted, and like they're not really using the page as well as they could. And I didn't feel that way with this, so that is good. But also, I'm not sure that this like stunned me with their like mastery of comic storytelling.
Yeah.
It's just like, this I didn't think about it. It's like it's like movie editing, where you're just doing the bare bones to make sure that people aren't noticing the cuts, instead of doing something a little bit more fanciful where it's like, oh, they did notice, but they liked it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah. Any other thoughts for you, Jake, before we move on to the next section?
I think so.
Thinking about our theme. So, how does this comic portray a cult or cults?
I think it's interesting that they use the phrase burgeoning cult.
In the
comic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not in the synopsis, but Richard says it at some point.
Okay. So he calls it a cult himself.
Yeah.
I didn't I didn't remember that, but yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I just remember thinking like, weird.
Yeah.
'Cause it's very small, but they are actively
They
trying to
start
record
somewhere.
Yeah. But, I mean, is it common for cults to call themselves cults? I feel like that's usually, like, they're, like, a religious order or...
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't know if he said cult, no.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure... He definitely used the word burgeoning. That's the one I was emphasizing.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Yeah,
I see.
especially at the time, because this is bizarrely sort of also a period piece. Takes place in the late 60s.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
For some reason.
Yeah. Because it's the end. It's the summer of love, 1969.
Oh yeah.
Like, I guess, but that doesn't seem to like matter.
Yeah.
I think you could go to Arizona today and find people like this.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's probably a little bit easier to like, I don't know, just be all like, yeah, they don't have like phones or anything like that in in the late 60s.
Mm. Fair.
It's a little bit easier to not escape, harder to escape.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Because I think it kind of sounds like, how would he have gotten away with this? Like,
yeah.
Or, gotten away with a crime that he committed and then started this cult and not get caught.
Right, yeah. There's just like, yeah, I don't know, bigger expanses. Well, I don't know. That area, though, is pretty, I don't know. There's definitely some big desert areas where there's no buildings, so, but yeah, I don't know.
But was it a desert?
Well, yeah, I guess it was kind of more of a forest, really, because with the cave and
a lot of hills.
Yeah, and it was like one of those things where Teresa's like, oh, this place seems impossible, like it seems like it shouldn't be there. Because I thought, I'd have to scroll back to the very beginning of the book, but I thought she crashed her car.
She did.
And that was in the desert.
Oh, it might have been.
Yes, because the cave is where all of the plants are coming from because of the dude who's in it.
Magic.
Oh, okay. I find that interesting that she crashed and it didn't matter. It's like, yeah, we're not going to bring it up.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and that's another thing is that, like, yeah, Teresa is very obviously, like, kind of and I think that that's also why this needed to be in the time period it was set, is because, like, it's hard for me to imagine somebody today, like, just being kind of in that drifter mindset where they're like, yeah, I crashed here, and then the people, they helped nurse me back to health for a day, and I think I'm actually going to stay here. Like,
yeah. Well, or did she even have a choice? Because I think she got turned very quickly.
I mean, yeah, the consent is dubious for sure. So that is a good call, but I think, though, there was still some, like, hey, I kind of like the idea of, like, commune living,
Gotcha. Yeah.
Even if I don't know the full details, and then suddenly I'm stuck here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think that, yeah, she's definitely, like, had that, like, because she said, like, it was like, oh, well, where were you going? And I think it was just kind of, like, I don't know, just kind of trying to see things.
I felt like I got the impression that she had amnesia or something. Like, she didn't.
I don't think so. I think she just, was, like, not doing anything or going anywhere.
To be fair, I mean, I do know of somebody who does live that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah, it happens, but I think that it was, at least as media portrays it to me, it was more common in that
that's
era.
right.
So, but anyway, back to cults though. Yeah, I do think that this accurately, like, I mean, obviously we already mentioned, like, the magic and stuff like that, but outside of how the magic operates, I think that the kind of pattern of of use of its members seems pretty on track.
Don't you mean abuse?
Yeah. Well, use and abuse. Yeah.
Because in this, he's got a limited resource, and he's, keeping it to himself.
Right.
And so they're very much like, why aren't you giving us your blood? And he's not saying why.
Well, yeah. I mean, also, that was the other thing, was this, like, it was weird because it did seem like, the logistical issue we mentioned earlier, it felt like he just needed it to stay alive because you need blood to pump through your veins.
Oh my gosh. I want to see Richard be like, dang, this wasn't thought well. I didn't think this out well.
He's got to do so many transfusions and he only has 3 pints and there's 4 or 5 people
and he's trying to get more. Oh my god, he turns to Teresa. He's like, Teresa, you gotta get me out of here. No, I don't know what I just did.
But I mean, also, I do feel like, that is kind of also in a way cult leader mentality of just not really thinking that far ahead and just having too big of an ego to
gotcha.
Just yep, this is gonna be fine. and I don't care how many people I hurt to keep making it fine for me.
Yeah.
Including killing Anita, because that kills 2 birds with 1 stone. One less mouth to feed, and also she was going to leave and probably turn me in.
Yeah.
So
which I almost felt like she wasn't.
No, she probably just wanted out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and even then, maybe not. Because it seemed she argued with Joe, the supply guy, was all like, no, I'm physically involved with Lux, and so I can't go with you. But the details were we didn't ever get to see them. Was what there was some reaction that Joe had, that got the attention of others, and then got the
Gotcha.
But
I don't remember either.
But any other cult thoughts from you, Jake, on this one that we haven't already?
I did think it was interesting being a startup cult, because it like I said, they do have to start somewhere. That was only half a joke, and it's that's taking the alchemy away for a second.
Yeah.
Taking a group of people to a remote area, fostering an addiction with them, with whether it's drugs or personal time with the leader. These are cult tactics, and I did appreciate that being in there. But then we kind of got I wanted more of that from the book, but that's not what the book had. So
yeah. Well, good thoughts on that. Cool. Well, it's almost time for us to end our episode, but before that, what are you most curious about if the story were to continue? It had a pretty definitive ending, I'd say, but
I would want to know what now, specifically with the sun god and now moon goddess.
Yeah. Luna, Teresa.
Yeah. It's what does that mean for them?
Right, yeah. And it's and also so all of the cult members end up dying. They get Richard is poisoned by the berries in Teresa's blood, and then the other vampiric members get kind of just dissolved.
Well, they also they drink his blood.
Okay.
And that's how the poison got in them.
Yeah, but they also instantly their skin and then skeleton and then nothing.
I don't remember. I'm sure that's how it went, but
yeah. And so there's not really anything to follow up with them, but I guess I just wanted more context to Teresa's dreams and how the sun god got in the cave, and the guy that originally found him and like started doing like alchemy tests but failed. Like what was that about? Yeah, but then I'm like, okay, well now Teresa / Luna is immortal. Does she like try to save other people in like similar situations, or like
I would want. Ooh, okay. So, story idea. This is Luna's cycle. Like, she comes to Earth as like a person, crashes outside of some group or community. They bring her in, and then she's like, does this all over again.
Yeah,
that's her thing.
A lunar cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good concept.
Yeah.
I like that. But it might get a little tired. You'd want like something to, keep the ball rolling where it's like, wow, I'm just read the same thing over for another 5 issues,
Yeah.
Even if the other people she interacts with are different, still you want her to be able to grow and change. And
she comes as a him.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe she's becomes more and more aware of her previous cycles too, and then she can like use that, but like it's not always clear. Maybe part of the prophetic dreams. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, no. And I will say also, this is tangential to the story continuing, is just that Llovet has done new stories that I feel like tread in similar grounds with like vampires and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So if you really liked this book, or you were really interested in it and what it sounds like, and then you're like, oh, but it's only 5 issues, you might also like more of her work.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What about you, Jake, for continuation or any other?
There's like a tiny bit about how Blake had his name. He got trapped in the cave, and who put him there, and just kind of hand waved away as like, they did it. And they died, or whatever happens. I'm still here, though, I guess. That could be an interesting exploration, but
yeah,
I think I'd feel more strongly if I was more moved by the rest of the book.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. The part of like, if I was more moved by the book, I would want something like that.
Oh,
yeah. All right. Well, that is all the time we have for this episode. Thanks for being here with us a little bit later into our showtime. This has been our review of Luna by Maria Llovet. If you liked this episode, be sure to follow us on Twitter at ComicPanel1 and listen to more of us on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. Our title is The Comic Panel Podcast. You can also listen to us on KSUAradio.com or 91.5 FM in Fairbanks, Alaska. Be sure to tune in 2 weeks from now for our retrospective episode on comic book cults. I'm Cody.
I'm Talon.
And I'm Jacob.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.